Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Tyler Marriott. He's 4-0, and yes, he is 4-0. Hasn't lost a round in his career yet, which is good. And my first question for you is, how did you get into boxing?
So I got into boxing. I was 12. I was living in Milton Keynes at the time, and my uncle was an amateur. He turned professional, and he opened up MK Academy ABC, and he told me to come down. Went down there, and I fell in love ever since.
Mm-hmm. So, did you have an amateur career?
Yes, I did have an amateur career. So I started off as an amateur, um, training, and then we moved, and then I went over to the unlicensed side a bit, and then I went over back to the amateurs. I think I had in total I had 23 fights, 25 fights, 23 wins, 2 losses.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
We won the nationals, won the senior ABAs. Um, that's that. Yeah, that's how I finished before turning over pro. And then it was Corona and all that, so
Yeah,
we had a couple of years out because of Corona, and it was like, look, I didn't fancy staying as an amateur. I thought it was time to turn pro,
fair enough.
and yeah, that's how it happened.
So, of course, you fought Naeem Ali, no, 9th of November 2021.
Was it November in that email? Was it? I
Oh,
think it was September.
September the 11th. Sorry.
And yeah, Naeem Ali was September. Then Luke Middleton was November. I think.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously so on. I can't remember the dates after that.
And then 19th of March, 17th of September.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it.
But you fought Naeem Ali on your debut. How was that as a debut?
Unbelievable. You'll never ever, for anyone who ever has their debut, you'll never forget it. It was a time I got emotional walking out. For everyone. Well, I get emotional every time I'm walking out because it's such a great feeling to have everybody there supporting you and screaming your name. It means the world. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People, a lot. You put a lot into the sport yourself. So to have everyone come and watch you and support you and be screaming, it's just unbelievable. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's great.
But did that, out of all your fight, I mean, was that the one you felt most emotional, like in your walkout,
Yeah, definitely.
as it was the
I
debut?
was up walking. I was about to tell when I saw my uncle and he was screaming. Been there from the start. He's followed me everywhere. And I see everyone there, and I was like, "This is unbelievable." The feeling was unreal. Then I see him once I jumped in the ring, and I wanted to let a tear go. I was like, "Nah, hold it," and then get the job done, and then show your emotions after. But there was no emotions after. The emotions after were just happy as Larry, you know.
Yeah, mate. Were you happy with your performance?
Yeah, I was happy with my performance. I didn't really, do you know what? As you grow in this sport, right? As you grow in the sport, you start to understand the game a little bit more. Amateurs, like you're in there, you're on away shows. You've got to do a serious job. It's 50-50 fights. I didn't really understand it too much. I understand it, with the journeyman. Do you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
sort of building your profile again. So it wasn't. I think it was like the first one. I think he didn't really throw much. It was a good performance from me. It's hard though, you know what I mean? Like as a boxer in the gym, you're working on always be first and last. You know, countering all the time, and when they're not feeding you nothing, they're just covering up. It's hard to they don't open themselves up to shots. You know what I mean? So you have to be
Yeah.
clever. And he was. I knew he was a very tough lad. Anyway, I think he's only been stopped by Sam Noakes. Yeah, he was tough. He was a tough lad.
He is, yeah. I think he's had over 100 odd fights now and been stopped twice, I think.
Oh, is it twice? Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a durable lad.
Twice or three times, I think.
Yeah, he's a very tough, durable lad.
Yeah, he is. And then you fought Luke Middleton as well.
I did indeed.
Was
Box
that
Luke
a bit
Middle.
of was that a weight above? Because Naeem normally fights a bit lighter than Luke.
Yeah, so Naeem and Luke was meant to be at welterweight, so I come in at welterweight for both. I come in at 67 for both. 'Cause I boxed as an amateur at 67. Yeah, so I come in at 67 for both, but I think I had a couple of pullouts on the second one. And so last option was Luke Middleton coming, and I think I don't know what, I don't dare to say, but he looked at, when I stood across from him, he looked about 72, 73 kilo.
And how much were you?
I believe I come in at 68.
So what was he like? What, 2 weights above or something?
He must have, yeah, he must have. I don't know. I'm not sure what he come in with because the first two I had as well the day before because Corona was still going on and boxing was just carrying on. So he might have come in at super welter maybe. But he was definitely heavy the Saturday night. I could see it.
On BoxRec, it says you're super light.
Yeah, so I am a super light, mate. My third and fourth, I come. I both. My third one, I come in at 63.7 kilos.
Against Lee.
And and my fourth one, I come in at 145, 65. No, 64 point something actually, 140, I think I was. Yeah, my last two have been super lightweight, and I'll stick to super lightweight now. Definitely.
Fair enough, mate. So, do you feel more comfortable at that weight?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter. Yeah. I feel comfortable at that weight, and if I didn't feel comfortable, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to kill myself. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe for a championship, I'd kill myself. Maybe go down again, but not kill myself. But just push it a bit more. But yeah, I can get to super lightweight comfortably. I walk around between 68, 70 kilo. You know, so yeah, I feel good. Felt good at super lightweight.
That's fair enough, mate. And of course, so you beat Lee as well.
Yeah.
What do you think's been your best performance so far?
Definitely not the second one. The second one, I didn't have the right mindset on the second one. I didn't. I don't know what was wrong with me on the second one, but that wasn't my best. First, my last one. I don't know. I think maybe against the first or the third one. Definitely either against Naeem or
Lee.
Lee. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Fair enough. And on BoxRec, it says your next fight's a 6-rounder. Am I right?
Yes. Definitely. I think I'm fed up with 4 rounds, to be honest. 4 rounds, I feel like I'm just warming into them. Do you know what I mean? I'm definitely a. Well, I'm not. I look at myself as a 10-round fighter. I get stronger as I go on. You know. And to be fair to the tough lads who I've boxed as the journeymans I've boxed, they've all said we wouldn't go 6 or further than that with you, just because I like to think I've got quite a high work rate. You know.
Oh, that's good. Well, they said that as well, did they?
Yeah, they said that. Yeah, they said that to me. Like, Jesus, you got a high work rate. So I like to build as I go. So yeah, 6, 8, 10, 12 rounders. Feel like I'll get stronger.
So of course you said, well, on BoxRec it says you're penciled in for the 16th of September, but you said that you want a fight before.
I would like to get out before, yes.
So August or July or
March was missed because of my ankle. I done my ligaments about 3 weeks in. Tried to tell myself and everyone around me that I'll still box, even if I boxed on the back foot, sat on the ropes. But after a few days of it sinking in and my ankle being swelling up and my coach being like,
you don't want to risk it.
Don't want to risk it. It'd be more of a pain not getting that win in there. Do you know what I mean? And something, and maybe worsening it. So health comes first.
Yeah, 100%. So are you signed with Goodwin?
I am signed with Steve Goodwin, yes. And
for anyone who wants to know, what's it like working with him?
Steve is a great guy. He does really look after. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he's like it with his other fighters, but I don't know about his other fighters. But with me, he's great. Plenty of contact. Also, Kevin, and the rest of the team. There's loads of contact, loads of talk, and he keeps me updated with everything. I speak to him on a regular basis. He's really good. He is good.
So who do you train with? Like, who's your trainer?
So my coach is Russ Smith out of Champions Gym in Colchester. Great gym. I've been with him just over a year now. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. I've come on a lot. I feel like I've come on a lot since being with him in just this last year.
Oh, so how many fights have you had with him? Two.
I've had one with him. I had
One, Michael.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that one, Michael. Yeah.
The Michael Mooney fight. So why did you leave the trainer who you had for the first three fights? Was it just not going to plan, or?
So the first two, I was with my amateur coach Aaron Ball. Again, he's a great guy. He bring me on a lot, and I was with him for many years. But it was just time to move on. I was sort of based where I was based. There wasn't a very great opportunity in terms of sparring and things. Everything else was good, but just sparring and everything. It was just time to move. It was just the right time to move on. So I moved. So I left him after two fights.
Three.
I moved to London. I was at Vauxhall, at a gym called Churchill's Boxing Gym. I was with a guy called Barry. He's a great coach. He's a great coach as well. I had my third one with him, but it's a long way from home. I mean, it's okay to go for a camp away from home, but I was living there and never coming back, and it was sort of like being in a prison, being down there. So I decided to come back. I don't mind traveling a bit, but at least I'm back home where friends and family are. You know, like mentally in boxing, it can be very hard at times. It's a very lonely sport. Do you know what I mean? Mentally it weren't great at the time, so it was time to move, and that's where we went to Russ, and
So that's more local to you?
It's more local to me. Yeah.
So how are you with? Because I've spoken to a few people and they say they struggle with tickets. Are you okay with the tickets?
I do a great ticket. I've got a great fan base. I'm very lucky to have such good friends and friends of friends around me.
That's good to hear, mate. And how far do you believe you can go in? Pardon?
If anyone watches this, a shout out to all my friends and all my sponsors. I appreciate it so much. You can't put into words how much you appreciate them.
How far do you believe you can go in the sport?
I wouldn't do this sport if I didn't believe in myself. I'd make it all the way. I'm not one of the people. I've met boxers before, pros before, and I'm strong. I'm very humble, right? Whenever people ask me if I box or something, I go, yeah, I do a bit of boxing. Like, I leave it as that, really. But when people ask me this question, like, I'm so not confident, just so like adamant that I'm not here to win a Southern area and then go, or try and get an English and go. If I thought I could only get to there, then that's it. I ain't doing the sport. You got
to say, like,
go
you could maybe possibly this time next year be challenging. This time next year, could you be challenging for an area belt?
100%, definitely. This time next year, definitely be challenging for a Southern area belt.
Get a few 6 rounds in, maybe 2-6, maybe 8, and then an 8, or just see how it goes. Really.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm sure you'll be wanting that area belt soon, though.
Yeah. I mean, there is no rush.
Yeah, you've only had 4 fights so far, but like
there is no rush. But listen, when the time's right, and we'll take it with open hands, mate, and definitely go for it. But yeah, I wouldn't do this. I would quit now if I only thought I was at a Southern area level or in English or anything like that.
I forgot what I was going to say. What boxers do you look up to?
I asked this the other day, right? So there's a lot of great boxers. I love like your Mayweather, like defense is unbelievable. But I look into boxers as people as well, and I feel like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I've got quite a big heart, do you know what I mean? And your boxers like Cotto, I love Cotto. As a boxer, I love him, and as a person, I love him. Like you just, only because I've looked. I'm sure all boxers have got a big heart in that, but just watched a lot of him, and I love Cotto. I love Canelo Alvarez. Canelo.
Who do
I
you
like
want
people.
Canelo to fight next?
Canelo. Not sure. Him and Charlo should be a good fight. Canelo's mad because he'll go up 4 weights and
Hmm.
box someone. He'll come back down and box someone. Do you know what I mean? But you have to take your hats off. You look at his last 15, 20 fights. He's a serious guy. He ain't dodging, ducking nobody. He wants the best of the best all the time.
Yeah. There's quite a few good fights getting made at the minute. Of course, I'm going to ask you Crawford or Spence, mate. Tough one.
Right, so I have so I'll go through this. So I love Spence. I've never watched, not because I don't not like Crawford. I've just not watched him, not paid attention to him. I love Spence, right? I love him as a boxer. Again, as a guy, he seems sound, man. But just of lately, I've been watching Crawford and documentaries, and Crawford is unbelievable. Like, people always say like, nah, Crawford's gonna do him, Crawford's gonna do him. And I'm like, I don't want my man Spence to lose. So my answer to your question is I would like Spence to win because I've been a Spence fan from the start.
Yeah.
Something's telling me that Crawford is going to edge it.
On points?
I think on points, yes. I don't think it's. I mean, I think it's going to be a very I might be wrong.
I think I don't know. I think Spence will be up on the cards, and then I reckon Crawford will get to him. He'll catch him.
Yeah. Listen, anything can happen in boxing.
Crawford's one of my favourite fighters.
Is he?
I love my top three are Deontay Wilder, Canelo, and Crawford.
Deontay Wilder, Canelo, and Crawford. Why Deontay Wilder?
He's just really exciting. You just never the power.
Yeah, he is an exciting fighter. Did you like the trilogy with Fury?
No.
Unbelievable.
It was a great fight, though.
Unbelievable. Quality was quality.
Great fight. And then hopefully he can fight AJ.
Yeah, that'll be. I think that'll be a test for both men. I think a bit more of a test for AJ, seeing as he's had a few setbacks and that.
But I think Wilder's fighting Ruiz and AJ's fighting White, and then if they come through both of those fights, which I do believe they both will win, and then I think that's the perfect fight.
But that would be a big fight as well, Ruiz Wilder, because Ruiz is. I didn't know about.
Ruiz is quick, isn't he?
He's snappy for a big man. You got to watch out. He's snappy. He hits hard.
That's not going the distance. Just put it that way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said another boxer I like watching is Loma.
Loma's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch his fight with Haney?
Do you know what? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. You?
I watched it, yeah.
Do you think of it? Because obviously everyone's saying Loma got robbed, Loma got this, Loma got that.
I wouldn't say he didn't get robbed. He didn't get robbed.
I need to watch it. I've seen a few highlights and bits, and even though Loma's lovely movement and he does pick shots well, Haney, from the clips I've seen, I'm like, Haney's catching him here. Like, you know, he don't look like he's.
I was watching it. Of course, I big Loma fan. I'm not a fan of Haney, but if I'm honest, I had a draw. Couldn't argue with it going either way, but I think people were looking at the 116, 111 card, and that's too wide.
Yeah, definitely. You're not a fan of Haney?
No.
Why?
I don't like his stuff. Because, I'll tell you a story. I woke up to watch his fight against Cambosis, and I swear to God, I nearly fell asleep.
Really?
It's not an end. Because he's
any fighter, but sometimes the class and the technical side of a fighter and what they're doing to get the win, or just the way they're boxing, is sometimes boring, but it's actually scientifically, like, it's magic, like what they're doing. It's good. Listen,
the thing is, he's good technical, but I think he's too technical.
Maybe so, but can you be too technical if his hand's going up at the end of the fight? What does that matter? You know what I mean? What does it matter, bro?
I would like to see him rematch. Well, there's all good fights for Haney. There's Tank or Loma rematch. Shakur or
Shakur, yeah. Exactly.
I think Shakur will get to him because Loma nearly had him out of there in
Oh,
round 11.
he's another one I've been watching lately. He's quality.
He is.
He's a serious fighter. I like him as well. He's quite a cool dude.
Yeah. I reckon him v Tank is that's the fight I want to see.
Big fight. Big
But
fight.
whether Shakur would be too big for him.
Tank's good. Tank's
He is.
powerful. Tank is very powerful.
Did you see the fight against Garcia?
Did indeed. Yeah. He's powerful.
Yeah. Tank's
He's
good.
very powerful, very clever. He gets stronger as the rounds go on as well. It's quite scary.
Yeah. That weight's packed as well.
Loads of them. They're all there's
Do you
loads
think
in that.
Garcia could get back in the mix?
I hope he does. I hope he stops. Well, no, listen. A lot of it is for some reason is a lot of
He's
it.
changed trainer now.
Whether they act is because of social media, but he needs to just. But I've noticed since that fight he's lost, he's sort of cut out the bullshit on social media, and he looks like he's changed trainer. He's hitting the grind hard. So
I
hopefully,
think he trains with the same trainer as AJ and Spence now. I think
yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I think he does. Yes, I can't remember
Eric
what they're called.
James. I think.
Yeah, he looks like he's changed camp. He's changed trainer, and he looks like. I hope he comes back because it takes a lot to come, especially at that level. You don't
Yeah.
have to carry him. Got the money. Do you know what I mean? So
You think
it's
he'll
good.
go away? Maybe would he go away up to try and fight like the likes of Catterall, Prograz, and Lopez? Or
Maybe so. I like Progress. I've been watching him lately. He's good as well.
did you watch his fight on the week? I've watched a few highlights, but I haven't watched the whole fight yet. When he fought,
Yeah,
it was,
I watch highlights, but I haven't
I've
watched
watched the highlights, and I don't know how it was a split decision.
No, I wouldn't give it.
Some of these judges, I'm telling you, are just
A little bit suspect, aren't they?
yeah. I mean, how I don't know if you watch this. What about Lopez Taylor? I mean, 115, 113 is a bit close.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was a good fight. That is.
Taylor started well, but then as the fight
But
went on, it just played into Lopez.
Taylor's a great boxer. Lopez is quality. You know that Lopez now has beaten. I don't think Lopez went to the Olympics. I don't think he went, or he didn't get far in it. I don't think he even went.
I
But
think
he
I don't
to
think he
Olymp-
did. Loma went to the Olympics, though. I think.
yeah. Lopez didn't, and he's stopped two world level Olympians now. That's clever. That just goes to show how much of a big difference there is in amateurs and pros. Like,
Was Josh
and
Taylor an Olympian?
yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's stopped two Olympians now. He's good.
Do you
So
think that kind of affected him when everyone said that he lost to Catterall? Like he got lots of hate after that decision, even though you can't really have a go at him because he wasn't the one who made the decision.
what's that for?
Like against Catterall, do you think that because everyone said he lost, well, he did, but because everyone was like saying he lost, saying he's rubbish just because of that one performance. Do you think that got to him in that Lopez fight?
He got. I think it. No. No, I don't. No, I don't think he got to him in the fight. I believe he was fully ready, and he was because he looked strong. He looked in. I think he looked in
He
like
was
the
in
best.
good shape.
I think he's in the best shape he's ever been in. I don't think he got to him. I think honestly, as an honest fight, and Lopez beat him, and he just fell short on the night.
Yeah.
But
Do you think? What about Josh Taylor Catterall rematch? Who would win that one if they rematched?
if they rematched, don't know. I think Josh Taylor. I think
I think he'll want it.
I think he'll win it, and I think he'll beat Catchall the second time, and then he'll go, "Look, told you I beat him." That's how I believe. Yeah, that's how I believe it will go if they boxed again. But Catchall's great. Catchall's an unreal boxer. He's a really good boxer.
He did that. He beat that Foley with ease.
Yeah, he did.
And that Foley's a game fighter.
Yeah, he is. He is 100%. He is a game fighter, man.
Yeah. So you'll say with Spence and Crawford. What did you say again? You said Crawford on points, yeah?
I think Crawford will go on points. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough, mate. I'm thinking Crawford late stoppage.
I'd like to go with both, to be fair, because I don't know how it's going to go, but I think it's going to be point. If it goes to points,
If
Crawford,
it's a split decision, there's got I
yeah,
reckon there'll be a rematch. If it's a split
if it's
decision,
a split, definitely got to be a rematch.
yeah.
Definitely got to be.
But whether it's too close, then they just don't want to fight again. Who knows? Because that will probably happen. One of them will
Yeah.
probably
Oh,
get it by the
Crawford,
edge, and they'll just run away with it, wouldn't they?
yeah, Crawford 35 now. Spencer's 33, so it might not be enough time to get another one.
Would you say that it's the right time for this fight, or would
Uh,
you have wanted it earlier?
Now, do you know what? I'd say it's the right time for the fight. 100%. 100% the right time. Listen, it's God's plan. And if it was meant to happen at this time, it was meant to happen at this time.
What about Fury AJ? Do you think that fight will ever happen?
Oh, maybe. Depends if the money, boxing is such a money sport these days, you know what I mean? It depends if the money's right. Like, if the money was right and and there's a big offer tomorrow, they'd take it, but most probably. But it won't happen unless the money ain't right.
Yeah, fair.
Quite sad, really, but the way
I
it
reckon
goes.
it will happen, but it'll be like when Kell Brook fought Amir Khan, just when they're both past it by a mile.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
who knows? Because you never know. Prime Amir Khan might have beat Prime Kell Brook. Who knows?
Yeah. Funny enough, I'm in Spain now. Kelbrook's out here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I'm just doing a bit of training in Future Enduro down at Adam Bailey's boxing gym. Great gym.
Are you training there with your trainer?
I'm not with my trainer. I'm with my good. I'm with one of my best mates, Chunter, and he's training alongside me. So it's good work. Get
So
two, three sessions.
does he box? So he boxes as well.
He doesn't compete. He just trains.
Ah, fair. That's good.
Yeah, good to have him on board. You know what I mean? Known him since a young boy. So yeah, we've come out here together. We're doing a load of training, eating clean, not partying or nothing. You know, living the life, living the boxing life.
Still in camp
I'm just ticking over really at the minute. Camp won't start for
until
2
you
weeks.
get a date.
Yeah, well, 2, 3. Well, September the 16th should have. That's what we're heading towards. So 2, 3 weeks camp will officially start. But
But if
listen, I
you
train
got offered like a fight in August, you would take it.
100%. I'm fit and I'm ready.
That's good, mate. And
Always,
before I let, oh wait, what were you gonna say?
I just say I'm always ready, bro. I don't let myself go. I'm fit, ready. If there's a call, I'm there. You know.
And before I let you go, do you want to shout out just anybody? Thank anybody. I mean, like sponsors, friends, just anybody.
Start off with shouting out my boy Chunter in there because he's come on holiday with me and he's stuck to it. He's stuck to the training. I thought he might have found it hard. He's stuck to the training and the eating. He's doing bloody well. And yes, of course, big sponsor, Fisher Group Services, Dan Fisher, and his team. They look after me. My Orchard Marsh Electrical Services, JBC contractors. I've got a few sponsors. They're absolutely like I cannot thank them enough. I couldn't do what I do without them. You know, absolutely. As I said earlier, words don't describe. And obviously, everyone at home, mum and dad, and at the minute, and nan and granddad, my nephews, my little nephews, everyone. And that's with everyone who comes and supports me. And even if they don't come and support me, but they're supporting me from home, you know, it all counts and it all means so much.
And keep going, mate. And good luck in your next fight. And
Much
I'll hopefully get down to the fight, mate.
Definitely. Well, I'm gonna do the. I've got a raffle and all that and a draw. So end of the draw, bro. It might be you.
Yes, mate. I'll make
Top.
sure.
Thank
Right.
you very much,
Cheers, mate. I appreciate your time. Enjoy your holiday.
man. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Bye-bye.